Hello everyone, myself Dr. Manjula SV, Assistant Professor of Sociology, Government First Grade College, Varthur, Bangalore North University. Today I am discussing the paper Culture Diversity Society for 3rd and 5th semester students, Unit 2, Family, Caste, Village and Women in India, Session 18, and today's topic for discussion is the caste system. The main objectives of this session is to know the meaning and definitions of caste system, to understand the traditional features or characteristics of caste system in India. First, let us see what is caste system. The caste system, the joint family system, and the village system of life are often regarded as the three basic pillars of the Indian social system. The Indian social system is majorly dependent on the caste system, joint family and village system. These are the three pillars of the Indian society. The caste system is a peculiar form of social stratification in India. It is a unique characteristics of India. The caste is an inseparable aspect of the Indian society. It is a caste that largely determines the differences in socio-cultural patterns of the people. Caste is a closed group. Membership is based on one's birth. Here, caste system is a closed group because there is no changes, hierarchical changes cannot be made, so it is a closed group, and a person gets his membership to his caste based on his birth. Meaning, the origin of the word caste. The word caste is derived from the Spanish word casta, which means breed, race, or a complex of hereditary qualities. The Portuguese applies this term to the classes of people in India known by the name of jati. The English word caste is an adjustment of the original term. In Sanskrit, caste refers to varna, which means color. Varna means color, that is, race and color formed the basis of Indian caste. The origin of the caste system is related with the Chaturvarna system, that is, division of Hindu society into fourfold varnas. They have classified into four varnas. They are the Brahmins, the Kshatriyas, the Vaishyas, and the Shudras. Here we can see how the origin of the word caste has been taken place from the Spanish word casta, and how the Sanskrit word which means varna here is the color. Due to the color, and the color identification is important in the caste system. Here there are four varnas. They are the Brahmin, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and the Shudras. This system is called as Chaturvarna system. Now let us look into the definitions of caste. According to Herbert Risley, caste is a collection of families or group of families bearing a common name, claiming a common descent from a mythical ancestor, human or divine, professing to follow the same hereditary calling and regarded by those who are competent to give an opinion as forming a single homogeneous community. Here we can say that Herbert Risley is of the opinion that caste is a collection of families. It is a group of families having or sharing a common name and living in a common descent and having a mythical ancestor. They have their own history and they are following the same hereditary calling, same hereditary work or occupation, and which are regarded by those who are competent to give an opinion as forming a single homogeneous community. Homogeneous community refers to here the group of people having a similar kind of occupation and living together. We can call it as a caste. It is the collection of families. Next, William defines caste as a system in which an individual's rank and its accompanying rights and obligations is ascribed on the basis of birth into a particular group. Here we can see that caste is a system in which an individual occupies a rank in the hierarchical ladder. Here this hierarchical ladder having the rights and obligations is decided by the birth of an individual. By the birth, a person belong to a particular group. Now C.H. Cooley. When a class is somewhat strictly hereditary, we may call it a caste. Here we can say that caste is an ascribed society, class is an achieved society. Caste is an ascribed status and class is an achieved status. When class is an achieved status, when some strict or hereditary obligations are compelled on the people, then it may turn to caste. Now, S.V. Ketkar. A caste is a group having two characteristics. It involves two characteristics. Firstly, membership is confined to those who are born of members and include all persons so born. Secondly, the membership is forbidden by an inexorable social law to men outside the group. Here it is clear that membership is confined to those who are born of members, who are born of the same family. So, after getting a birth, a person immediately belongs to such a caste group. Here, birth is very important to claim the caste identity. And secondly, no other caste group people outside the group can be included to get the membership within the caste. D.N. Majumdar and T.N. Madan called caste is a closed group. It is not an open group. It does not has a freedom to have a hierarchical movement. Here we can say it is a closed group. A.W. Green defines caste as a system of stratification in which mobility up and down the status ladder, at least ideally, may not occur. A.W. Green refers stratification as caste system as a stratification in which mobility up and down, that is vertical mobility in the status ladder, may not occur. These are the definitions of caste system. Now let us look into the traditional features of caste or traditional characteristics of caste. G.S. Gure, the first and eminent Indian socialist, he is called as the father of Indian sociology, describes the traditional features of the caste system in his book Caste and Race in India, which is published in 1932. Now let us look into the characteristics of caste. Firstly, we can see that caste as a segmental division of society. The Hindu society is divided into various segments called caste. Each caste is a segment by itself. The status of an individual is determined by his birth and not by the wealth or a selection or by any achievements. As we have discussed earlier, birth is the only criteria to get a membership or to get a status in the caste. It is not an achieved one. It is not by the selection of a person, and it is not the matter of wealth. It is not an achieved, it is an ascribed, where a person gets membership by his birth. The membership of a caste is based on one's birth. Hence, the membership of caste is unchangeable, acquirable, inalienable, and non-transferable. A person can't transfer his caste, he can't acquire his caste, he can't change his caste. So, it is unchangeable, it is acquirable, it is inalienable and non-transferable. Each caste has its own customs, traditions, practices and rituals. It has its own informal rules and regulations. There were caste councils which were called as caste panchayats to regulate the conduct of its members. When we look into the caste panchayat or the jati panchayat in early days, each village had its own caste panchayat. It consisted of 5 elderly, respected and knowledgeable persons chosen from the respective caste. It has various functions. The caste panchayat performed the various functions where it solved the disputes and gave the final judgment and punished those who have violated caste rules and obligations. It The issues such as breaking the promise of marriage, refusing to send the daughter to the husband's house, treating wife with cruelty, adultery, killing a cow, insulting a Brahmin, having extramarital relations with people outside the caste, refusal to repay the debts, etc. were decided by the caste panchayat. The caste panchayat used to give the judgment and used to look into the all the matters of the village. It was giving punishments such as arranging a dinner party for the fellow castemen, imposing certain fines, sending them to pilgrimage, and social boycott from the caste group. Safeguarding the interest of the caste members was another function of the panchayat. Secondly, caste as a hierarchical division of society. Hindu society is divided and subdivided into several castes and subcastes with gradation or a ranking. That is a vertical ranking. In the caste hierarchy, the Brahmins are placed at the top and regarded as superior, whereas the degraded caste or the so-called the untouchables are at the lowest position and regarded as inferior. In the hierarchical ladder of the caste, the first position or the topmost position is occupied by the Brahmins, and the least or the last position is occupied by the Dalits or the untouchables. In between the Brahmins and the untouchables, there are other castes such as Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras, whose positions are always debatable. Thus, a sense of superiority and inferiority is associated with this gradation and ranking. Restrictions on food habits. In traditional characteristics, they had restrictions even on the food habits also. Each caste has its own restriction as who should accept what kind of food from whom, who had the liberty to take food from another person and to share the food to another person. For example, in North India, a Brahmin would accept pakka food. Here, pakka food refers to a food prepared by the ghee, only from same caste lower than his own, but he would accept kacha food prepared with the use of water at the hands of no other caste except of his own. Generally, any kind of food prepared by Brahmins is acceptable to all caste people. Thus, Brahmins dominated the hotel industry. Here, pakka food, it refers to the food prepared by ghee. Kacha food refers to food prepared by using water. Next, restrictions on social relations. The caste system observes restriction on the range of social relations also. The idea of pollution makes this point very much clear. Here, the pollution means a touch of a lower caste man would pollute or defile a man of higher caste. Even the shadow of the lower caste is considered to pollute the higher castemen. For example, in Kerala, a Nair could approach a Nambudiri Brahmin but could not touch him. Further, a Tiyan was expected to maintain a distance of 36 steps from the Brahmin and a Puliya at the distance of 96 steps far away from the upper caste, that is especially the Brahmins. In Tamil Nadu, the Shanar toddy topper was expected to keep a distance of 24 steps while approaching a Brahmin. Social distancing was maintained in the name of caste. In some parts of Tamil Nadu and Maharashtra, the untouchables should not come out of their home during daytimes as their shadows may pollute the high caste people. The idea of pollution has resulted in the practice of untouchability, where even the shadow or even the untouchable caste are not pure or not pure even to get the shadow of the people. Here, the idea of pollution has resulted in the practice of untouchability, where the lower caste people are kept at a distance, denied of social equality and suffer from some disabilities, for their touch is considered to be contaminating or polluting the higher caste people. For example, a Brahmin doctor, when feeling the pulse of a Shudra patient, when the Brahmin doctor to treat the Shudra patient First, he wraps the patient's wrist with a small piece of silk so that he may not be defiled or polluted by touching the skin of a untouchable or a lower caste person or a Shudra patient. Next, civil and religious disabilities. The caste system is fundamentally based upon the feelings of high and low or a superior and inferior. The higher caste people like Brahmins enjoy certain privileges while the lower suffer from certain disabilities. The Brahmins were given more liberty because they are believed to be born of pure and superior. Generally, the impure caste were made to live outside the skirts of the town or the village. They were not allowed to fetch water from public wells which were belonging to the upper caste and not allowed to enter the temple and denied from educational facilities, legal rights and political representation were also denied to them. In South India, certain parts of the towns or villages are not accessible to the untouchables. For example, during the Peshwa rule in Maharashtra, the Mahars and the monks who belonged to the untouchable caste were not allowed within the main gates of Pune before 9 a.m. and after 3 p.m. The reason was that during that time their bodies would stretch two long shadows which used to fall on the Brahmins and pollute them. Restriction on the choice of occupation. Each caste had its own specific occupation. Occupations are graded into high and low. For a long time, occupations were very much associated with the caste system. Occupations were almost hereditary. No caste would allow its members to take any other occupation which was degrading to their status. Individual aptitude and talents were neglected. In fact, agriculture, trade and laboring in the field were thrown upon to all castes. Learning, teaching, priesthood were graded as high and prestigious, which mostly the Brahmins pursued. Weaving, shoemaking, oil grinding, sweeping, scavenging, barbering, washing clothes, etc. considered as low and degrading, pursued by the low caste people. We can see the restrictions on marriage, as we know that caste is an endogamous group, that is a in group. Endogamy is a rule of marriage where a person has to marry within his or her own group. For example, a Shivalli Brahmin has to marry a Shivalli girl, an Iyengar girl, and so on. Every caste is divided into a number of subcastes which are also endogamous in nature. Every caste or subcaste forbids its members to marry persons of other caste. According to Hutton, endogamy is the essence of the caste system. Apart from endogamy, the member has to follow the exogamy pattern. Exogamy is opposite to endogamy. Endogamy is within the group, marriage taking place within the group. Exogamy means it is a rule of a marriage according to which an individual has to marry from outside his group. The higher caste forbid generally Sapinda and Sagotra marriages, and the lower caste avoid marriages within the totemic group. So, in this class, we have discussed about the caste system, the meaning of the caste system, the definitions of the caste system, and the characteristics of the caste system. Thank you.